instructions, if that's what you want to call them. They're like, consider yourself protected. Read this prayer of invocation of, bringing the guardian angel Michael into your, space, and envision white light all around you. Well, I'm a practitioner of Reiki, and I'm going to say, I know there's energy out there and you can certainly channel it. But if you don't know how to do it again, I find these kinds of marketing things a little sinister. Like, you're really literally selling a board to somebody that, in essence, there is no protection on these boards. I like, you can't invoke a protection if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like, just reading a prayer does not invoke protection.
Well, what gets me is you talk about the marketing.
Yeah.
Is I've seen some that are geared towards children.
Yes.
They're pink. They've got Barbie stenciled on the top of the board, and a picture of Barbie.
Yes,
on the board, and
Barbie.
Here, take this, use this at your daughter's birthday party. It's like,
right. And
unreal. Yeah.
I mean, I think the first time I played with a Ouija board, I was probably 9 or 10. But but that being said, Ouija boards tend to be marketed in a way that I think we're fairly used to what they do, right? I think that the minute you say Ouija board to someone, they're kind of like,
people
I don't
are afraid of them,
right? But then you say angel board or spirit board, and people suddenly think warm and fuzzy good things. And let's be a little truthful here about angels. If we're going to go down that path, the archangels in particular, they are there for certain reasons. I mean, if we're going to really go down that road, Lucifer was also an angel. And they say he was a fallen angel, and he was sent because he did bad things, but that's not really true. If you read his backstory, right? He was sent here to provide a place for humans who do bad things. Didn't necessarily mean that Lucifer was doing bad things. I mean, these, and then you've got, Satan and the devil and all this, and it all gets mixed up and becomes the same story. But, there's just, to me, the idea of, angels in general, they're harbingers, and they're harbingers for the most part of death. They're not, they're guardians of a realm of the dead, really. And so, sure, you might have some good and you might have some not so good. But who's to say who we're calling in? And again, using, to me, an angel board, unless you particularly have a connection to a particular angel and you understand that energy and you know exactly what it is, how can you really be sure what you're calling in?
Right.
Right? Like, honestly, how can you be sure if these demonic or satanic or, negative entities have the ability to fool you? Because, we're always told that. Then who's to say who you're calling in? Right? I can't buy into a marketing ploy that says that the board has been blessed, and or read this poem or a prayer or envision yourself surrounded in white light if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
If you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what you're doing. So, at the end of the day, it just feels like it's a way to sell a Ouija board in a pretty package.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, am I wrong? Am I wrong about this? Is this, I don't know. I mean, that's my feeling on it. I mean, do you feel
I
different?
no, I agree. I agree.
Right? Yeah,
Um, I have seen these things used many, many times.
right.
Um, I personally have had zero luck myself.
Mhm.
Um, so I tend to rely on my more scientific equipment um, when we go off investigating a location. But I will say I have witnessed spirit boards being used many times with great success.
Yes, if you know
Just
what you're
not
doing.
me.
Right? So here's an example here. Okay, I don't know how well anybody can see this, and it's probably a little bit backwards because it's mirrored in my thing, but it says the angels talk. Now, what does that look like to you? It
Yeah,
looks
it
like a
looks they're
like
they're holding a planchette on a spirit board.
yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much, right? So this one here, I'm curious to see what does it say in the description, because these are kinds of the things that, oh, and this is a book about it. It's a book. Um, like it seems a lot of people are talking again as it's a Ouija board, and I'm just looking at some of the different, comments here. And again, people were just pretty much saying, well, being a big fan of a Ouija board, you know, this feels exactly the same. So somebody who obviously has an ability to use a Ouija board is commenting on it. But I really want to just look at, there's another one, the Enchanted Spell Board, magical messages from the spirit world and guiding angels.
Yeah, well, as I say, other than the designs that are printed on them, it's exactly just like a spirit board.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I really truly believe that too, but there is loads of them. Like just absolutely loads of them. And I mean, I know we have a lot of tarot decks and angel decks and angel, those kinds of things. Although those to me are a little bit different because you have to do the work to get the answers from the cards. And you have to, again, at least have some semblance or understanding of what you're doing in terms of, turning over cards. And if you don't, you can at least refer to the booklet, which will give you a fairly comprehensive idea of what the card means. So you can, read into it what you will. But to me, it's more the actual marketing of the board in terms of what it is, right? There's umpteen million different angel boards out there, but I have yet to see
Yeah.
one that doesn't look like a Ouija board and
Yeah.
doesn't play like a Ouija board. Without naming any names, there's a certain person who created a whole lot of angel decks and angel board games, and they're flooding the market. And again, it seems to be really just the same kind of descriptions as a basic Ouija board, right? What you're doing. Yeah. So, I don't know. I mean, I really want to say for people who are buying these, buyer beware. Like, it doesn't stop you from buying it. It's just be educated and knowledgeable in what you are doing, right?
Yeah.
If you're not familiar with it, I don't know, like, do we say don't believe what's written in the instructions? Because I mean, it's like playing a game of Monopoly without but it's like, I
Well,
just,
it's funny because okay, people go out and they go to their local Toys R Us or whatever,
yeah,
and they buy these boards. But these are the same people who are terrified of them.
I know.
So it's like, what on earth are you doing? You admit that you're scared of it because you think it's a portal to hell and a
Mhm.
telephone to Satan, but you're going off to the toy store to go and buy one.
Right. So here's a good example here. I'm looking on a site that sells